Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. And FOREX trading. You want to pay your light bill or you want to replace your job income? What do you want to do? What are you trying to do? You know, Elon Musk said that you get paid in proportion to the benefit or the skill that you provide, the value of this that you provide. Most of the folks, 90% of the folks that email me that are serious, I work with them and try to help them overcome the specific issues that they're having in their trading so that they can get on with their life and do it. Trading is not that hard. It's simple. And so if you've been trading and you've seen the rough parts and you've seen different market conditions and stuff, and you keep stumbling on something and you say, gee, this is what's happening, I can look at that and I can say, well, maybe you ought to try this or maybe you ought to try that. And that works. And most of the time, folks continue to email me. We have great conversations. I don't charge them any money. But some people say, I want you to be my mentor and I want you to do this. Oh, okay, well, let's communicate a little bit through email first. Let me find out about who you are and what your goals are. Because if you just want to pay your light bill, it's not worth you paying me the money that I charge to learn how to pay your light bill. It just isn't. I'm only going to really be able to help you if you want to replace your job income. And I get some people that say, oh, I want to make $200,000 a year. Really? How much are you making now? Yeah, I'm making $28.5 at the window at Burger King. There's nothing wrong with being at the window at Burger King, but let's be realistic about how much you need to trade. You know, if you're making $15 an hour, which is the minimum wage in the United States right now, and not everybody's paying that yet, it hasn't quite caught up because it's relatively new. $15 an hour for a full-time job is $30,000 bucks, a little over $30,000 a year. Can you live on $30,000 a year in the United States? In some places you can. I don't have a mortgage on my house, and I could get by on $35,000 or so a year if I didn't turn my heat up so much. Or my wife and I just went out to lunch yesterday and spent $60. I got cable, $200 a month in cable and internet bills, and I'm doing okay, but I'm not spending $80,000 a year to live. I mean, I don't have a mortgage, so I'm blessed with that. I have real estate taxes and my cable bill, okay? But let's be realistic here. If you're making $30,000 a year or $50,000 a year, don't be telling me that you want to make $200,000 a year and then you're angry because you're unhappy with a 30% return on a $3,000 account that you're going to have. That's where you get into trouble. If you're looking to replace your light bill, what's your light bill? Maybe it's $100 a month. That's about what my electric bill is here at the house. That's 30% more than it was last year. They just bumped our rates, and they're going to bump them again. I think it's probably a little bit more than 100. Well, let's say it's $100 a month. And again, I'm oil heat, so I don't heat by electricity. I just have my lights on and TV. All right, maybe it's $200 a month. I don't know. Where you live, you could be paying $500 a month because you're running your air conditioner at Mach 5 because it's 110 degrees out all the time. So you want to make a couple of $100 a month, $2,000 a year, let's say. Can you do that on a $10,000 account? Sure. I mean, that's 20%, right? If you don't know what you're doing, you'll probably lose $10,000, okay? But if you're trying to make your light bill on a $10,000 account, that's reasonable. But you're not going to make $100,000 on that. You're not going to make $60,000 on that. You're just not. The fact that some people might be able to do that Well, there's two reasons, or three. They either really, really know what they're doing, or number two is that they're very lucky, okay? Or number three, you're trading at 200 to 1 and you have really good risk management so you don't get wiped out. For most, those are the sirens that call you. The guy that has 200 to 1 leverage and got lucky 7 times in a row and he's trading a 6-figure account right now. He doesn't know what he's doing, he just got lucky. Or he did things that you're not really going to be able to do. So look, let's be realistic. That doesn't mean that if you're making $30,000 a year that you can't make $200,000 trading. It's just that it's not reasonable that you're going to be able to do that tomorrow. Nor is it going to be possible for you to do that $200,000 a year regularly on a $30,000 or a $50,000 bank. That's not going to happen. Be reasonable about what your expectations are as you grow your account, whether that's through appreciation of the account or whether that's by appreciation and adding more money into the account. You know, when I work in a consulting basis with someone that's serious and that has the money to pay me because their goals are to replace their job income or to make $200,000 a year. Maybe they're making $40,000 or $60,000 a year, and they say, look, I know I've got these skills, I just don't have the job that pays me the income to do that, but I've been very frugal, I've saved my money, I can fund a large enough account that I can have that account grow to meaningful amounts of money. You know, if you have a $30,000 account, you're trading 3 full lots. Do you need $30,000 to trade 3 full lots? No, you don't. In the United States, it's right now some of the major pairs is $6,000 to put down for margin. So $10,000 per lot gives you $4,000 in margin, $4,000 of runway. Do you need $4,000 of runway? Well, if you don't know what you're doing, no, you don't. You know, you could trade with $7,000. So 7 times 3, $21,000, and you're trading you know, a 3 full lot account. When I work with somebody through email, I'm trying to help them get going. I mean, the skills that I'm teaching are not beginner level type skills. They're for people who have already been beat up in the trading in a live account. It could be trading a couple of minis or maybe a low 5-figure account, you know, trading 1 or 2 full lots, something like that, and you're getting beat up and you get things interposed, juxtaposed around as to what steps need to go where. You know, that's the kind of stuff I can look at and say, well, try this, do it in this order, and see what you can do. But once you say, okay, I've got that, now what's the path that I can take to grow on this? You know, I started out, this is December, early December of 2022. I started 2022 out trading 3 lots, trading a $30,000 account, and grew that to, in a month to the point where okay, I'm confident at that 3 full lot level. So I went to 6 lots. So I'm trading 3 to 6, and then I went the next month to trading 8 lots. So now I'm trading positions 6 to 8 lots. And then I went 8 to 12. And you know the story if you've watched any of my videos before. So I'm trading position sizes of between 15 and 25 lots now. And I did that in, I mean, it was a hockey stick growth curve, not in the amount of money that I made from my trading, but the amount of money that I had in my account that I began to put into the trades themselves. I mean, I had a 6-figure account and I was only trading 3 lots at the time, $30,000 of it, because I wanted to be sure. There are ways that you grow the size of your lot size that are different than if you're just trading that 1 lot size. You cannot jump from trading a 2-lot account to a 20-lot account. It sounds like you should be able to do it. Well, you just tack another, you know, just move the decimal point over once, add a 0 on there, and it's the same. It's not the fucking same. It's not. Okay, I don't know who told you that. Your grandmother or your broke uncle? These are the issues and the conditions that I try to work with people that are serious in growing their account and their position and the amount of money that they keep. As Joseph Givens, floor trader on the Chicago Board of Trade at one point said, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. I've been very successful this year in my trading. I made over $100,000. Big deal. Who gives a shit? I could lose $70,000 tomorrow. I'd still be ahead. You know, but I'm not trading for my light bill, and I'm not trading to replace my job income. I'm trading to make $1 million. So the risks that I'm taking are far greater because I don't need the money. I mean, it would be horrendous to lose $30,000 or $40,000, but if you expect to make 40 or 50 or something $1,000 on a few trades, that you're going to have to put that money at risk. You have to be willing to do that, but not when you're trading a five-figure account or even into the six figures. You don't need to take that kind of risk. You know, if you could make $300 a day, that's $72,000 a year. Come on. And you don't need that big of an account to do that. But you do have to change the way that you think if you're trading to pay for your light bill or augment your Social Security, make an extra $1,000 a month, as opposed to if you're trying to make $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. The thinking is different, and the mechanical process of what you go through is different. If all you're trying to do is fix your trading so that you can make enough money to pay your light bill or to, you know, augment your Social Security, that's great. I'd probably help you do that for free. It will take some time, and there's just so far I can go with it without being in a real course environment, and you do have to have some experience, you know, and I'm happy to work with you, but there's just a certain limit that I'm going to be able to spend the time on in working with you without getting paid for my time and for the knowledge that I have. So, and this isn't about me and paying me money. I don't need your money. I don't care. And some of you say, oh, yeah. I don't. People ask me to help them. If I can help you, that's great. If I don't have to charge you, that's great. But if it's going to take a lot of my time, and listen, I spend dozens of hours communicating with folks over email. Serious folks. If you're an asshole, I'm not going to communicate with you. I'm not going to and there's no point in me telling you how much I charge because you're not going to pay it. And you don't have the money. You don't have the desire. So why complicate things? Just, you have a question, send it to me. I'll try to help you answer it. So it's not about me. It's about you. What do you want to do? Do you want to pay your light bill, or do you want to replace your job income? Or that next step, do you want to make $1 million? Those are three completely separate methodologies of approaching trading. Now, I don't think you could do it in any other market. I mean, I made millions of dollars in real estate, okay? I had a 40-year career in real estate. I think I know a little bit about making money, having a lot of money, going broke. I lost $1 million twice in my life due to economic collapses. It took me 10 years each time to make that money back up. So it's not a function of luck or anything else. It's a function of what's your goal, what do you have to start with, how are you going to make that grow, where are you going to come with extra money to add to that, to double the compounding effect of it, and where do you want to get to? The further out that you want to get in your success as far as the money that you want to make is dependent on how much you're willing to risk. If it scares the shit out of you risking $50,000 on a trade, which doesn't mean you're going to lose $50,000, but if it makes your bowels hurt that you're going to put $50,000 to trade to make $500 or $5,000 on the trade, That goal is too high for you. You're not going to make $5,000 on a $10,000 account. Maybe even in a year. That's double. That's a 50% return on your bank. You have to really kind of know what you're doing. You know, I've got 90% return against my closed profits this year, against my risk. But in some of the positions that I'm taking, I could lose 40% of that easily. And I'm willing to do that because I'd still have, still have 50% left. So it's a whole different mindset. And I'm not trying to teach that to folks that are trying to get started at a 4 or low 5-figure account. I'm trying to teach you principles so that you can grow your net profits to the level that you're comfortable in achieving. If your skills are a computer programmer and you're you've got a couple of years of training as a computer programmer, you're not going to go for a job for a software engineering manager of a 30-person department, right? I mean, someday you'd like to work toward that, but you know you don't have the skills or the background in order to do that. You can do this on your own if you sit down like I did and look objectively at the Forex market. Well, what is the Forex market? What drives it? What makes it work? Figure that out, and then figure what kind of little piece of it that you could comfortably take. It's as easy as that. It's easy. It's not simple. It's not just a cast-off time. It's serious. And when you become serious about it, and you look objectively at it, now it becomes simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. But the difficulty is manageable because you've got the confidence in yourself and the plan. If you don't have a plan, how could you possibly look at anything and not see complexity? I'm going to go walk in the woods because I want to get to someplace I know is on the other side of the woods. Well, that's a really complex thing to do because how are you going to find your way through the woods? Oh, I'm going to have a compass. Oh, great. That makes it simple, doesn't it? You have a very complex process, but you've made your traversing it simple by having a compass. And that's what a coach does for you. So you can either pay for the coach to give you the compass and show you how to use it and guide you through and have a lot of fun, or you can figure out how to build a compass yourself and then make sure that the compass you build is suited for the problem you're trying to solve, and then go solve the problem. But don't bitch at somebody because they want to charge you money, okay? Calm down. The Forex market has tremendous potential for you. You just need to look reasonably at your skills and where you are in this process. If you're in that 4 to low 5-figure account size, that's the point where I could help you. If you're under that, or you're just thinking about getting started, send me an email. I'll try to help you, but I can't teach you how to get started. I can give you references, I can give you all that stuff, and I'd love to help you, because if I can help you do that, then you'll get yourself to the point where it would be worth your while in a time sense and in a money sense to take training from me. Now, could you get the same training from somebody else that's going to charge you $500 for a course or $100 an hour for consulting? Sure. But when you go out to get a steak, could you go to a steakhouse and get a steak dinner for $16? Sure you could. Well, I could go down the street and that same dinner is going to cost me $34. Why would I pay $34 when I can pay $16? If you're asking yourself that question, then you're not going to make a lot of money in trading Forex because you don't understand value. I don't need to pay $40 for the meal, for the steak meal at that place. I don't need to pay $16 for the meal at that place. I can go to the store and get my own fucking steak and make it for $8.95. And probably have more fun because I don't have to be in a crowded restaurant. But if I want to go out and relax and have the ambiance of the money that somebody put into their restaurant to fix it up and make it really nice, and to have a trained wait staff that treats you well and knows what the menu is and is attentive to your needs, and that the chef that's doing the steak doesn't just do a steak. Any dumbass can throw a steak on the grill and flap it over. It's the juices that go with it and the sides and the, you know what I'm talking about if you've been to a nice restaurant. If you haven't, try it. Why pay the difference? Because it's the experience to go with the really good food that we're having at the meal, and to experience what a really good wine is, so that when you go back and you start drinking wines on your own, you're not saying, oh, this $4 bottle of Ripple is this really fine wine. Because it's not. You get drunk on Ripple. If you want to drink wine for the experience and the living nature of that grape, then you got to pay a little bit more for it. So if you're looking to just pay your light bill and nothing more than that, you can do that on your own. You just have to be reasonable by get some general direction. But if you want to pay your change your life by making enough money to replace your job income, or if you're a high income earner, $100,000, $200,000 a year, $80,000 a year, you may not be able to do that right away. But if you could make an extra $20,000 or $30,000, that would be significant. Your boss isn't going to give you a $30,000 raise. So you need to make up your mind. Do you want to trade to pay your light bill, or do you want to trade to replace your job income? If you want to trade to replace your job income and you've got a little bit of experience so you know what you're talking about, send me an email. I'll be happy to chat with you. If you want to replace your light bill, pay for your light bill, and you've got a little bit of experience trading, you want to figure out how to do that, send me an email. I'll be happy to help you out with that. I'll point you into directions that will be able to help you. But don't listen to these guys out there. They're telling you you're gonna, oh, all you need to do is make 2% on your money a day and you'll be a millionaire in 18 months. It's horse shit. But that's why 90% of the traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days. They're not stupid. They just listen to the wrong information. Don't be one of those people. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.